Locker room ready to turn on Kevin Stefanski as Shedeur Sanders gets Browns QB news, says insider. After QB Joe Flacco pushed the Cleveland Browns for the 2023 playoffs, the next season with Deshaun Watson at the helm was supposed to be their year. It is safe to say, though, they went from a playoff team to almost unwatchable. The offense crumbled under pressure, and the defense failed. And so, the 2025 season became a rebounding year. Flacco was brought back with 2 rookie QBs behind him. However, headlines have now turned to the Browns searching for their franchise QB in the 2026 NFL Draft. That, in itself, has raised doubts among Browns fans. For a locker room looking to improve its 3-14 record, HC Kevin Stefanski not locking his focus on the season might become a problem. During his Wednesday appearance on 92.3 Fans, Albert Breer explained, for Kevin Stefanski and his staff to maintain the trust of the locker room, they're going to have to give those guys the best shot to win week to week. Like, you can't wave the white flag on a season and expect to hold on to the locker room. So, on a week-to-week basis, they're going out and trying to win games, but yeah, there's a planning element to it. So, Kevin has little to no room left for experimentation. He must deliver. And that's one of the reasons why he opted to go with the trusted hands of a 40-year-old veteran as QB1. Flacco proved himself when he was brought in for the 2023 season, and so, he already understands the Browns' offense. Fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, on the other hand, proved that his playing for different offenses in college was helpful during the Browns' camps and preseason games. Both showed sharper huddle command and steadier game management than Sanders, who was still adjusting to the NFL speed. Stefanski's decision to keep Sanders as the third string wasn't personal but purely performance-based. Sanders looked promising against Carolina in the preseason games but crumbled against the Rams, completing just 3 of 6 passes for 14 yards while absorbing 5 sacks. His pocket drift and slow processing speed became obvious weaknesses that NFL defenses exploited ruthlessly. But when it comes to making either of them a franchise QB, the choice is clear. As Albert Breer put it, the depth chart speaks for itself. How often does a third-round pick or a fifth-round pick become your franchise quarterback? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory looking at a depth chart where you see a 40-year-old as a starter and then you see 2 rookies that were drafted outside of the top 80 picks. Chances are, they're going to be looking for a quarterback first round of the draft in April. That reality hit even harder once the Browns shipped Kenny Pickett to the Raiders. On paper, the move looked like a vote of confidence in the 2 rookies. In practice, it opened a path to early playing time if things unravel. Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com noted that the leash on Flacco will be shorter than many expect. If turnovers or sacks pile up, Gabriel is the first in line. For a 94th overall pick, that's as close to a golden ticket as it gets. But here's the twist. Cabot added that Sanders, while raw, will get some live action this season, but probably not until later in the season when he's more seasoned. That phrasing suggests the Browns view him as more than just a clipboard holder. He may not be ready for September, but December? That's a different conversation. And if Flacco falters, or if Gabriel can't translate preseason flashes into real Sundays, the Sanders drumbeat could get louder by the week. Still, if this season goes down, the Browns have already deployed scouts in college football games. With 2 first-round draft picks in 2026, it only makes sense for Stefanski and company to look for their franchise QB in next year's NFL Draft. While Cabot stated that this is part of the NFL and Sanders or Gabriel should be prepared for being tossed out, the Sanders fans aren't as versatile. Joe Thomas stepped into the Shedeur-Sanders controversy with both feet. He defended Cleveland's quarterback hierarchy against critics who think conspiracy theories explain Sanders' placement. The Browns Hall of Famer dismissed claims that Sanders faces systematic sabotage from NFL decision-makers or coaching staffs. Thomas believes Sanders supporters lack perspective about professional football's developmental timeline and the competitive realities of his third-string role. Thomas addressed the so-called Shedeur-Sanders cult directly during his appearance on Don't At Me with Dan Dakich. He explained why conspiracy theories make 0 sense from a business perspective. The reality of the NFL Draft is that you have 32 teams that all want to beat each other, and so they're not conspiring together to sabotage somebody who, by the way, would be great for the league. And he is great for the league, because the league wants eyeballs. They want people watching their games, they want these great personalities, and so there is no reason they would be trying to conspire against him and sabotage him. Actually, the opposite. They want to promote a guy like that because he is so great for the league. They just believe that we're morons for not being able to see that this guy is the greatest thing since sliced bread, the greatest quarterback since Tom Brady, and he's ready right now to be able to elevate the franchise to their first Super Bowl of all time, and we're the idiots for not seeing it, Thomas explained bluntly. Sanders himself has leaned into patience rather than pressure. In preseason interviews, he stressed gratitude over entitlement. Moreover, after the preseason finale against the Rams, he was more than ready to learn from the failure than let it get to him. That mindset will serve him well in Cleveland. As veteran Joe pointed out, the Browns see Sanders' potential, but they also know development can't be rushed. The Cleveland Browns have long been a franchise built on equal parts hope and heartbreak. Every autumn, a city that has weathered industrial decline and sports curses rallies around its football team. Every winter, it wonders how things went wrong yet again. And in 2025, as the storylines swirl around rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, the son of Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, another storm is brewing inside the locker room. This time, it's not just about the play on the field. It's about trust, about leadership, about a head coach whose once solid grip on the team may be slipping as whispers grow louder. Kevin Stefanski's locker room is ready to turn on him. The spark behind the fire. An insider report leaked earlier this week sent shockwaves across NFL circles. According to the unnamed source, several Browns players are deeply frustrated with Stefanski's handling of Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback who arrived in Cleveland with both hype and skepticism attached. He's not even being given a fair shot, the insider said. Guys in that locker room see the talent. They see the leadership. And they don't understand why he's not being treated as the future. It's wearing thin. That one statement was enough to ignite debate across sports talk shows and social media timelines. Was this simply growing pains for a rookie QB? Or was this symptomatic of something larger? Kevin Stefanski's inability to command his locker room the way he once did? Stefanski's once-iron grip. When Stefanski arrived in Cleveland in 2020, he was hailed as a savior.